Welcome back to the Family Architect podcast, where we're talking all about designing parenting with purpose, not perfection. I'm Philippa Scott, your guide on this messy, beautiful journey of parenting. And whether you're tuning in for the first time or you're a regular listener, I'm so glad you're here. Today we're diving into a topic that's deeply personal and transformative: breaking generational cycles of parenting. We'll talk about how the patterns we've inherited from our mothers and their mothers before them shape the way we parent. But here's the empowering truth. We have the power to rewrite those patterns, to heal the wounds of the past, and to create a legacy of connection and compassion for our children. By the end of this episode, you'll walk away with practical tools and a renewed sense of hope that you can parent with intention, not by default. So let's get started. So let's start with acknowledging something important. Parenting doesn't happen in a vacuum. We carry the stories, habits, and beliefs from the generations before us. And maybe it's the pressure to be the perfect mother, the fear of failure, or the silence around our struggles. These patterns often show up in our parenting, whether we realize it or not. So there are some common generational patterns: the tough love approach, suppressing emotions rather than addressing them, overcompensating to avoid repeating childhood experiences, and the myth of the perfect mother and the fear of being judged. For me, one of those moments came when I caught myself saying something to my child that I remembered hearing as a kid, something I swore I'd never say. It wasn't about the words itself, it was the feeling behind them. That was my wake-up call, to pause and reflect. What about you? Have you noticed those moments of your own in your parenting? Here's the thing, while these patterns may shape us, they don't have to define us. We can change the narrative. In my work with the Mother Awakening, I've seen so many mothers come to a pivotal moment, the realization that they're parenting on autopilot, following a script they didn't write. This awakening can feel painful, but it's also the beginning of something beautiful, the chance to parent with intention. So what's the Mother Awakening? It's a movement that helps mothers recognize inherited patterns and rewrite their parenting story. It's grounded in the belief that healing ourselves is the first step to healing our children, and it's focused on transforming emotions instead of transmitting scars. For some, the awakening starts with a small amount of clarity, like realizing that yelling isn't working, or a big shift, like becoming a mother for the first time. Wherever you are on your journey, know that it's never too late to begin. The parent you want to be, well, they're already inside you. Sometimes they're just waiting for permission to emerge. So how do we move from awareness to action? How do we break the cycles and create a new legacy for our families? It starts with small intentional steps, I've found. So let me share a few tools and practices that have helped me and the mothers that I work with. So tool number 1 is the Awakening Trigger Map. You can find that on my website, fantasticfuture.com.au. But identify the triggers that are bringing up old patterns. Next, we're going to reflect on how you typically act and how you want to respond instead. So for example, if bedtime battles make you lose your patience, try preparing a calming wind down routine ahead of time. But triggers aren't the enemy. They're your teachers. They show you where healing needs to happen. So they're worth listening to. Then we've got the pause practice. So when you feel a strong reaction bubbling up, take a deep breath and ask yourself, is this how I want to respond? What does my child need from me in this moment? What might I have wanted if I was the child in this situation? So instead of snapping when your child spills something, pause, connect, and say, let's clean this up together. Because it's not about being perfect. It's about showing up with intention even when it's hard. Now, connection over perfection. Focus on building emotional safety with your child rather than getting everything right. So this is tool number 3. Quick wins for daily connection. Morning cuddles or a high five to start the day. Transition chats during car rides or walks. And evening wind downs where you ask, what was the best part of your day? Small, consistent changes can have a ripple effect on your family dynamic. And it's not about doing more, it's about doing things differently. I want to share a story from one of the mothers in the Mother Awakening. We'll call her Sarah. So Sarah used to dread the after-school meltdowns with her 6-year-old, and she realised that they were rushing straight into homework and activities when her child needed decompression time. By creating a simple 3B routine: backyard, breather, then business, she was able to reduce meltdowns by 80%. And this small shift made evenings so much calmer for her family. What small change could you make in your daily routine to create more connection and calm? And it doesn't have to be perfect, but progress over perfection always. So have a think about what you might be able to do. One of the most powerful parts of the Mother Awakening is the community it creates. So parenting was never meant to be a solo journey. When we come together, share our stories and support each other, we realize we're not alone. So here's some opportunities to connect. Join the Family Architect Studio for group coaching and courses and community. Download the Awakening Trigger Map. The link will be in the show notes, and feel that understanding that you're not alone in this. This is something that a lot of people experience. And share your reflections on social media using hashtag the Family Architect and hashtag the Mother Awakening. You don't have to do this alone. Together we can awaken to a new way of parenting, one rooted in connection, compassion, and calm. So as we wrap up today's episode, I want to leave you with this. Breaking cycles isn't easy, but it's the most powerful gift you can give yourself and your family. It starts with awareness, grows with intention, and blossoms in connection. And if this episode resonated with you, I would love to hear your thoughts. Share your reflections, subscribe to the podcast, and leave a review. It helps other parents find the community. And don't forget to check out the resources linked in the show notes. This is coming out just before our Sacred Reclamation Challenge is being put up. So that happens on Monday, the 9th of June, 2025. But that resource will be available afterwards as well. So just reach out on the website and you'll be able to find it, the Sacred Reclamation Challenge. So join me next time when we're going to explore some more ideas around connection before correction and the Mother Awakening, and what it takes to really wake up and move into a space of mothering from the woman you know yourself, you wish yourself to be, you know that is possible, but you're not quite connected with just yet. So until then, keep building with love, keep trusting your heart, and remember, you already know more than you think.